Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball.
I'm gonna go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that corner. And it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open.
Ever seen a man call his shot, drain it in your face, and tell you exactly how it would happen before it even happened? It was Larry Bird. The man didn't just trash talk, he warned on the court. "I am going to hit it right here," he declared against Xavier McDaniel, and he did.
He said, "I'm gonna get it right here, I'm gonna shoot it right in your face."
He declared he would give Gary Payton a Christmas present, then doused him with it.
This motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that corner. And it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open.
And that's exactly what he did.
If he tell you gonna hit a shot in a certain place, he gonna do just that and ain't nothing you can do about it.
He said, "Who's coming in second?" as he entered the 1986 three-point contest and went on to win 3 straight. As he called every shot, Bird scored 60 points against the Hawks, leaving their bench speechless. It was mind control, not noise, that enabled this extraordinary skill. Larry didn't talk to talk, he talked and backed it up. Click the subscribe button to ensure you don't miss the next one if you enjoy savage mind games and cold basketball stories like this one. What set Bird apart from every other trash talker wasn't just that he talked, it was how he talked. Most guys would brag about what they'd already done. Bird would tell you exactly what was about to happen, and then go out there and do it, shot for shot, like he had the script before the game even started. Take the Xavier McDaniel story. It's a close game, Celtics versus Sonics, score tied, clock winding down. Bird looks right at McDaniel and says, "I'm going to get the ball right here, and I'm going to shoot it right in your face." McDaniel, who was one of the league's toughest defenders, just looks at him and says, "I know you will. I'll be waiting." Bird gets the ball exactly where he said he would, hits a fadeaway jumper right over McDaniel's outstretched hand, and as the ball drops through the net, Bird turns to him and says, "Damn, I didn't mean to leave 2 seconds on the clock." This wasn't luck. This wasn't random.
Inbound in front court with 2 seconds to play. Remember now.
This was Larry Bird's basketball IQ operating on a level that felt almost supernatural. He didn't just see the game a few moves ahead, he announced it, like a chess grandmaster calling checkmate before anyone else even saw it coming. Larry Bird's trash talk wasn't just about getting under your skin. It was about owning your mind before he even hit the shot. Take Gary Payton, for example, one of the coldest trash talkers the league has ever seen. He had to lower himself to Bird's level as well. During Gary's rookie year, Bird told him, "I'm gonna shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face, and it's gonna be your Christmas present." And then, of course, Bird walked right over, did exactly what he said, and splashed it in Payton's face. Payton could only admit, "I ain't gonna mess with you no more." Even Michael Jordan, the ultimate competitor, had to give Bird his flowers when it came to talking that talk. Jordan once said, "Larry Bird is the greatest trash talker and mind game player of all time. He taught me everything I know about getting in folks' heads." When MJ says you're the best at getting in people's heads, you know it's real. One of the wildest parts of Bird's trash talk was how he used his race as a weapon, and it worked. Back in the 1980s, the NBA was predominantly black, and Bird knew exactly how to get under people's skin, using every edge he could find to throw opponents off. During the 1985-86 season, when the Celtics were on their way to winning 67 games and another championship, Bird would openly tell guys on the court that putting a white guy on him was disrespectful. He didn't whisper it either, he'd say it loud enough for the bench to hear. Chuck Person, who would later become one of Bird's frequent trash talk targets when he entered the league in 1986, remembered Bird telling him straight up, "You guys are being disrespectful to me. You're putting a white guy on me. That's disrespectful." It wasn't about racial hate or anything like that. Bird didn't care about being politically correct, and his opponents understood it wasn't personal. It was psychological warfare. In an era where pride was everything, and players would take any perceived slight personally, Bird's approach infuriated guys, and that's exactly why he did it.
Gets a good position, and they call a quick one on Person.
And the thing was, Bird backed it up every time. If a team switched a slower white forward onto him, Bird would light him up for 40 just to prove the point. Then he'd jog back down the floor, look at the opposing bench, and shake his head as if to say, "Don't ever do that again." It wasn't just about scoring either. In one game against the Cavaliers in 1987, Bird told Cleveland forward Ben Paquette, "I should be offended they have you guarding me." He then proceeded to call his shots, baseline fadeaway, top of the key jumper, and a 3 from the corner, and hit them all, telling Paquette each time what was coming. This was the genius of Bird's trash talk. He weaponized the unspoken, poking at pride and identity, forcing players to play angry and then punishing them for it, all while dropping 30 points with that cold stare and zero celebration. For Bird, It was never about talking for the sake of talking. It was about taking your mind out of the game, one savage line at a time. If you want one moment that shows Bird's mental dominance, look no further than the 1986 NBA three-point contest. Bird walks into a locker room full of the best shooters in the league, looks around and just goes, "Who's coming in second place?" Silence. You've got pro athletes in there, confident dudes, and Bird just walks in with that level of casual disrespect. Later, Bird said it started as a joke, but the thing is, he went out there and won the contest, turning that line into a legend. And he didn't stop there. Bird went on to win the next 2 three-point contests, making it 3 in a row. It wasn't just that he could shoot, he could get inside people's heads before they even stepped on the floor. Bird had no patience for rookies who thought they could guard him. When young Dominique Wilkins came into the Boston Garden for the first time, he was hyped to meet Bird and tried to shake his hand before tip-off.
Jump circle. I'm excited. I'm playing against Larry Bird. I go shake his hand. He put both hands behind his back. You know, like, he wouldn't shake my hand. Back then, guys just did.
He wouldn't shake your hand?
Wouldn't shake my hand. He would look at me.
Bird just stood there, hands behind his back, stone-faced. As they got ready for the trip, Bird looked him dead in the eye and said, "You don't belong in this league, Holmes." But Wilkins didn't back down. He dunked on Bird the very next play. Bird respected that. He told him, "Hey Rook, I like you. You got balls, but I'm still getting 30 on your ass tonight." Bird dropped 37 that night. But here's the thing, he never trash-talked Wilkins again. He recognized a worthy competitor when he saw one. What made Bird's trash talk legendary wasn't just the talk, it was that he backed up every word, every prediction, every called shot, every little piece of psychological warfare he delivered. Look at his 60-point game against the Atlanta Hawks. Bird was calling his shots in the middle of the fourth quarter. He'd tell Hawks players exactly where he was going to shoot from, and even said he'd hit a shot that would land in the trainer's lap, and then he did it. The Hawks bench was so amazed that they started cheering for him. That's what separated Bird from every other trash talker out there. He never wrote checks his game couldn't cash. Every time his mouth made a promise, his game delivered, backed by one of the most clutch, skilled, and intelligent players ever to touch a basketball. Larry Bird's trash talk wasn't about barking in your face or throwing cheap shots about your family. It was about finding your weakness and then letting you know, calmly, that he saw it, and he was going to use it. He had this quiet confidence, a competitive edge so sharp it could cut you before the game even started. Larry studied guys, not just how they played, but what rattled them and what made them hesitate. And he'd drop just the right line to get in their head before dropping a shot in their eye. Today's NBA, with its Instagram friendships and off-season workouts together, doesn't engage in this kind of psychological warfare anymore. But for the folks who saw it live, Bird's trash talk is still the gold standard for getting into your opponent's mind and staying there. Larry was a quiet guy, and he didn't have a loud and obnoxious personality, Ainge said on the podcast. What made Larry Bird's trash talk legendary wasn't just the words, it was how he backed them up. He'd tell you exactly what he was about to do, then do it, breaking you mentally while cooking you on the court. Plenty of players talked, but Bird was different. He didn't just play basketball, he played players, changing the game forever. Bird didn't just beat you, he made sure you remembered how it happened. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, comment your favorite Bird trash talk moment, and let me know who you think is the best trash talker ever. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss these cold basketball stories. Thanks for watching, and remember, talk your talk, but back it up like Larry did.